next thing that happened for me was my mum and dad were boys brigade leaders and youth leaders at church. Get away from all of that. Recovering alcoholics, recovering Christian. You can have that one if you like. Trying to undo all of that stuff. Anyway, we used to do walks and boys brigade stuff, and once we went and did Pendle Hill. Next picture. Just as a sponsored walk once, and then that just added to it. There's witches in this place, and there's stories about all of this. It's, what is this about? Flying on broomsticks, magic, cats. And I was terrified staying in this caravan all this weekend, looking at being at Pendle Hill. Next one. If anybody recognises that building, Forum Theatre in Wythenshawe. That's where it really kicked off for me big time. My other grandparents lived on Robinswood Road in Wythenshawe, facing the Forum Theatre. And I spent a lot of time with my aunt. She was only about 12 years older than me when I was sort of 5 or 6. And she started my love of books and of stories and bike rides and book vouchers and the children's bookshop in Didsbury. And she took me to the theatre. And she took me to my very first pantomime when I was about 6 years old. And it was Dick Whittington. And I remember sitting there. Memory is actually the last memory of the memory. All we're doing is remembering the last time we remembered it. So did this really happen? I don't know, but I feel like I could still be in that seat with my legs dangling over the edge of the chair, watching this terrifying King Rat on stage and this story. And then Dick's cat came on, and it was clearly a person, but also a cat, also a person, but actually both. And it's neither. And it gave me a really funny feeling in my tummy. And I think I've been trying to chase what that funny feeling's been about ever since then. When we went from primary school to secondary school, your kind of transition day, when you go up to see what your secondary school's like. Mine was in 1983, and we went, I was 11, and the sixth form girls, we had this kind of time at the school, and then at the end of the day, we got to go and sit together in this hall and watch a little bit of the sixth form production, which was the sixth form girls doing segments from their end of year production of what was the big hit of the time, which was Cats. And I remember very clearly 16-year-old girls rolling around the floor in spandex. And I think that just really nailed whatever the cat thing was going on there, I swear. This is all going on is that I'm looking at a lot of very, very serious faces here. I don't know. Hopefully it's just sort of chimes. Anyway, that was the Forum in Wythenshawe. So lots of those things as a child were where things started, and just trying to spend a life of just trying to pursue these questions and find out what they're all about.